Next up, we got the young baseball doesn't exist. Now, I think I missed a video. I think he talked about the whole playoffs in general, so we're going to check that video out for sure. But World Series is here, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to check this out. Let me know in the comments if y'all want more of these baseball doesn't exist videos. Also, you can comment down any other videos y'all want me to react to. I got you. So, hey.
Actually, the most expensive World Series of all time. The cheapest ticket available right now is 3 times more expensive than the cheapest ticket last year. The average ticket to get in is $1,600.
Damn.
That's 2 times more than it was last year.
Bro,
people are trying to sell parking to Dodger Stadium for Game 1 for $6,000. $6,000 to park your car. By the time the World Series is over, the Dodgers will have sold more tickets this season than Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, while the Yankees are the second most valuable sports franchise in the world. This is MLB's dream matchup, but it's not for the reason you might think. Obviously, having the 2 teams in the biggest markets face each other in the biggest game is good for ratings. Just look at last year when the Diamondbacks played the Rangers and set the record for lowest TV ratings in World Series history. But believe it or not, this year's World Series might actually be the most watched World Series in history. Because not only does this series feature the 2 biggest markets in the country with populations of a combined 12 million people, for perhaps the first time ever, the World Series features a 3rd market, and it's bigger than both New York City and LA combined.
I forgot.
Japan is losing its mind over the World Series. There's only 9 active Japanese-born players in MLB. MLB is only the second.
And it's crazy too. I didn't even know, because I get a lot of people who be saying, I am from Japan, you know what I'm saying, I'm Japanese, stuff like that, and they be watching my videos. So if you are from out the country, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? How's it feel, bro? I wish I could talk to y'all. So let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna communicate with y'all.
Popular
bro.
Active Japanese-born players in MLB. MLB is only the second most popular baseball league in the country behind their own league, NPB. Yet despite airing at 9 a.m. in Japan, Game 5 of the NLDS averaged 14 million viewers. This was the most watched divisional series in America in 7 years. Yet it got 2 times more viewers in Japan than it got in America. And it aired at 9 in the morning in Japan.
Don't matter.
Dodgers starter Yoshinobu Yamamoto was from Japan. Padres starter Yu Darvish was from Japan. But the real needle mover was Shohei Ohtani. MLB has put up 113 billboards of Ohtani in Tokyo alone. And moving on to
if Ohtani walked through Tokyo, I ain't gonna lie, they might just treat that nigga like God, bro. Alright, now obviously no one's better than God. No one is God. You know, we are all just creations of God. But you know what I'm trying to say. Alright, let's not try to get too religious here. Alright, it's just a joke. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. If Ohtani walked through Tokyo, boy oh boy. Okay. Like I'm talking about just hop in a random car, drive to where, like the downtown or like the main part of Tokyo, and just walk down the street just like a normal person. Just walk down the street and see how long it takes people to notice it's Ohtani. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. I actually want to see that, but it literally, everybody was storming, bro. It wouldn't even be safe, to be honest.
And 13 billboards of Ohtani in Tokyo alone. And moving on to the World Series, Japan has made the unprecedented decision to delay the season premiere of One Piece so they can air Shohei Ohtani in the World Series.
Dang, that's bullshit right there. That's bullshit, I ain't gonna lie. Now, y'all know I love anime, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you don't watch anime, bro, just because you might think it's cringy or whatever you think it is, I don't know what you might think, you have to give it a chance, bro. All right, and I'm seeing more and more people are learning about anime and they actually are liking it. You just have to give it a chance, you know what I'm saying? Anime is one of the best things I've ever watched in my life, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just give y'all a little rundown of animes I watched. Which I'm not really a big anime like person. So I haven't watched everything, but I started My Hero. I think I'm on the second season of My Hero. I watched like the first episode. Like I watched like the first 3 episodes of One Piece. It's too long for right now. What else I watched? Naruto. What else? Naruto. Not One Piece. Attack on Titan. Hunter x Hunter. Am I missing anything? I watched like a little bit of Death Note. And that's pretty much it. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna wait to watch One Piece. I'm gonna watch that last, bro. That's gonna be the last thing I watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's gonna be the last thing I watch. Because I feel like that's like the final boss of anime. You know what I'm saying? It's like the final boss of anime. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait till I watch all the animes first. Then that's gonna be the last one. Alright, so. And also too, we are watching animes. We can watch it together. Alright. I have a Patreon now. So on a Patreon, we can literally watch anime together. You know what I'm saying? Not only just anime. I watch documentaries on there, movies, literally anything, bro. We can literally react to anything. But I will be starting series for anime, and like TV shows and stuff. We can start a series. Y'all just watch it with me. You feel me? So y'all can see that on my Patreon. Link in description and pin comment.
Premiere of One Piece, so they can air Shohei Ohtani in the World Series. MLB opened their season in Korea this year. It was watched by 17 million people in Japan.
Damn.
That is 45 times more viewers in Japan than in America. And that was a regular season game. This is the World Series, which is the 2 most valuable franchises. They have the 2 most followed accounts in MLB. They rank 1st and 2nd in attendance. They have the 2 best players in MLB, have the 2 best records in MLB, and if you count the $68 million the Dodgers will eventually have to pay Shohei Ohtani for this season, these 2 teams spent more money on their active payrolls than any 2 teams in history. So it seems like these 2 teams making it to the World Series should be no surprise. In reality, this never happens. In a full season, the 2 teams with the best regular season records have only ever met in the World Series twice in the past 20 years. For the first time in forever, the league's undisputed biggest juggernauts are facing each other.
That's another thing too. We will be watching sports documentaries. I think I actually just seen this too. I think I remember seeing this. I think I seen it on Netflix. It was like a Boston comeback or something like that. I don't know what it is, but I think this might be what they're talking about. It was like 2004 or like 2014. I don't know. But we can watch, that's what I'm saying. We can watch documentaries on stuff like this, you know. So it's literally perfect. If you don't have a Patreon, I'm telling you right now, if you don't got a Patreon, you're missing out, bro. You're missing out, bro. We having fun over there.
Twice in the past 20 years. For the first time in forever, the league's undisputed biggest juggernauts are facing each other in the World Series. Yankees vs. Dodgers is the most common World Series matchup in history. It's happened 11 times. However, it hasn't happened in 43 years.
Damn.
That series, a fire broke out in the stadium. Owner of the Yankees, George Steinbrenner, claimed he beat up 2 Dodgers fans in an elevator, a story some people think he made up, and did a press conference covered in bandages to brag about it, and the Dodgers won their 5th World Series. But nowadays, these teams rarely play. In June, the Dodgers went to Yankee Stadium for the first time in 8 years. Thousands of Dodgers fans swarmed the stadium and caused havoc. In 2016, Dodgers fans did their own roll call, stealing the Yankees' tradition in their own stadium, chanting the names of each Dodger player until they acknowledged the fans in an away stadium.
Wow.
This year, over 5,000 Dodgers fans met at a bar 6 hours before the game, got a police escort to Yankee Stadium, chanted "Let's go Dodgers" the entire way there, and this is what the stadium
What did he
sounded
just say?
like.
Did he say... No. He said 6 hours away from the stadium or 6 hours before the game? Because there's no way y'all walk 6 hours to the game.
A stadium. This year, over 5,000 Dodgers fans met at a bar 6 hours before the game.
Oh.
Got away fun in an away stadium sounded like when Teoscar Hernandez hit a home run in an away ballpark. This game in June was the most watched regular season MLB game in 2 years. The day after, they became the most watched Sunday night baseball game in 2 years, and it's no surprise why. The Dodgers spent over $1 billion on contracts this offseason, the most of all time. They gave Ohtani $700 million, the biggest contract for an athlete ever, then gave Yoshinobu Yamamoto the biggest pitching contract ever. So based on notoriety, the Dodgers emerged as the #1 team in baseball. But Mookie Betts got hurt, Max Muncy got hurt, Walker Buehler started the season on the IL, Clayton Kershaw missed most of the year, Dustin May missed the entire season, Tony Gonsolin missed the entire season, Brusdar Graterol missed most of the season, Yoshinobu Yamamoto missed a ton of time, Tyler Glasnow got hurt and is out for the rest of the season, and even Shohei Ohtani almost went down before a bat boy saved his life and perhaps the Dodgers season. With the pitching staff completely decimated, the Dodgers had to rely on their offense to win. Luckily, they have arguably the scariest lineup in history. With Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani, 1/3 of their lineup has won an MVP award. Last season, they finished first, second, and third in MVP voting. This season, they're batting first, second, and third in the same lineup.
Wow.
If you combine the entire lineup, they have 5 MVP awards, 26 All-Star appearances, and 13 Silver Sluggers. Due to the pitching injuries, the Dodgers knew their only chance to win it all was to out-hit everybody, and they did it all year. And with Mookie Betts returning in August, their lineup was at full power going into the playoffs. Then, in the third to last game of the season, Freddie Freeman severely sprained his ankle and would have to miss 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I felt like something was off, bro. No one has ever been running full speed one way and then turn your body and still try to run that way with that same speed. That just sounds like like if anything, falling down and sliding, just like, falling down, is better than doing that.
And with Mookie Betts returning
just
in
to
August,
save your body.
The lineup was at full power going into the playoffs. Then, in the third to last game of the season,
like if he would just fell down right here, that would have been straight. Like he just fell on his side or something like that. I mean, okay, he got back up and there you go. Nobody would have thought nothing. Nobody would have laughed at you or nothing. You'd be like, oh, he fell down. But now,
Freddie Freeman severely sprained his ankle and would have to miss 4 to 6 weeks. His season was over. A week later, he played anyway. In Game 1 of the postseason, he was still in a walking boot. Doctors told the Dodgers...
Oh, that's what they was talking about? This is what they was talking about? Nah, I think... Okay. This is what they... Oh, yeah, we did hear about this. Okay. Right, okay. Because I remember him was limping. So this is what... I never seen what happened. So this is what happened. Oh, okay. Because they was just talking about he got hurt. I never knew how he got hurt and nothing like that. So, okay. All right.
His season was over. A week later, he played anyway. In Game 1 of the postseason, he was still in a walking boot. Doctors told the Dodgers he had a 1% chance to play in this game. But then after 5 hours of treatment before the game, he decided to go. Freeman ripped a first-inning single. When he came up again in the third, he ripped another single. Then, against orders, he stole second base on an ankle he wasn't even supposed to walk on. His own manager described Freeman as, quote, medicated. The next game, he couldn't even make it past 2 at-bats before he had to leave the game. He's been doing 5 hours of treatment before every single game, and by refusing to rest, he's developed a bone bruise from his bones, quote, smacking against each other. He's taping his ankle over his cleat. Even this simple play almost ruined him. In Game 5, this semi-routine play was so painful for Freeman that the team literally had to do a mound visit just to give him a break. This was Game 5 of...
See, I ain't gonna lie though. I actually feel like this is the time when you should risk your body. Now, if this was any other sport, I would say it's not that serious. Like if this was football, American football, then you know how physical it is and stuff like that. Risking your body, because you can have like injuries forever just from this. So it's not that serious. But in baseball, I don't, even though his bones smack against each other and stuff like that, I feel like he still, after he give it a break, it's still gonna be able to heal. Like it's not gonna be the end of the world. You know, when it comes to American football, you get hurt one time, it's over. Like you have scars and injuries forever. Like you always gonna be dealing with that one thing forever. It's no treatment, nothing. Like it's just done. So it's like different. But you risking your body and at the right time, okay? This is a real true warrior right here. That's what we love to see.
To do a mound
True
visit
warrior, bro.
just to give him a break. This was Game 5 of the NLDS, facing elimination against their division rivals. This was the most watched divisional series game in 7 years, in large part due to this guy. But it was actually this guy who made the difference. Kike Hernandez was a Dodger favorite and playoff hero for years in LA, but he left. This year, he came back and sucked. Through June, he was one of the 5 worst hitters in baseball. He was in danger of getting released, but in this random series against the White Sox, he talked to a player that told him the White Sox had gotten eye exams. Since Kike was doing so bad, he thought he should also try to get an eye exam. Turns out, his eyes were terrible, and he needed glasses the whole time. And ever since he got glasses, he's gone off. Kike wasn't even a starter for most of the season, but in Game 5 of the NLDS...
Wow, are you serious? All I need was glasses?
He then pulled off a legendary celebration at home plate, and after the Dodgers won, he told reporters...
What is different about this particular team?
Are we live? We're live. The fact that we don't give a fuck. Thank you.
They went on to play the Mets, set more records in TV ratings, and scored 46 runs in 6 games to eliminate New York. People in LA rushed the streets, stopped traffic, did donuts, rode on the top of cars, and the Dodgers celebrated another World Series appearance.
What I want to say about this team, I can't because I get in trouble. But you guys saw the other interview. That's how I feel about this team. That's how we feel as a team.
The Dodgers spending over
the fact that he's super drunk like this, and then I'm not gonna lie, it looked like you at a Diddy party. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. Why in the is it plastic over all the walls, covering the TVs, and you booty butt naked right now? What I really want to say about this team, I can't say about this team. This is a real Diddy party, bro. We watching a Diddy party exclusive footage.
About this team. We are live. What I want to say about this team, I can't because I get in trouble. But you guys saw the other interview. That's how I feel about this team. That's how we feel as a team.
The Dodgers spending over $1 billion this offseason paid off, mostly because of this guy. Ohtani's 9.1 wins above replacement is the most ever by a designated hitter. The Dodgers had the best record in baseball. They won 98 wins, but according to WAR, Ohtani accounted for 9.1 wins by himself. Meaning, without Shohei, they'd only have 89 wins. That's the difference between having the 1 seed or being in a 4-way tie for the last postseason spot and possibly missing the postseason altogether. Ohtani had the best season for a designated hitter in history, but believe it or not, he didn't even have the best offensive season this year. That honor belongs to this guy. But before we get to that, a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks, the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action on sports. Guys, it's the frickin' playoffs. Football is here, basketball is here, hockey is in the house. It's time to start acting like it and download PrizePicks. You can finally put your money where your mouth be correct. Play free pick dollar lineup. Yes, just download the app and use code BDE, and first-time users will get $50 cash for free after you submit your first $5 lineup. So please click the link below and get in on the action right now. PrizePicks, run your game. Aaron Judge leads the league in homers, RBIs, has the highest on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and led the league in WAR. But Aaron Judge does that every year. And last year, the Yankees didn't even make the
Damn.
playoffs. They had a pitcher throw a perfect game, then reportedly came into a clubhouse a month later intoxicated, fought with his teammates, fought with the manager, flipped a couch, smashed a TV, was taken to a sauna to sweat the alcohol out, then was taken into the team nap room and watched by security until he left.
Said nap room?
He never played for the Yankees again.
Wow.
Judge got hurt, Stanton got hurt, Carlos Rodon got hurt, came back, pitched bad, got heckled by his own fans, and blew a kiss at them. Then got hurt again less than a month later. Frustrations boiled over to the point where their manager got so mad at an umpire, he told him, quote, "You f***ing stink," went up to the plate, got on his knees, drew a line in the dirt, got up, and mocked the umpire by making a hilarious strike 3 call. The Yankees went from a playoff team to a last place team in 2 months as Yankees fans begged for their GM and manager to be fired. So they decided they needed to make a drastic change, and they did this offseason by making one of the biggest trades ever. They gave up multiple prospects and 4 major league players for Juan Soto. These 4 major league players combined for 6.6 WAR. That's worth about $44 million on the open market. Yet somehow Juan Soto was better than all 4 combined. Not only was his 8.1 WAR more than theirs, his $30 million salary was actually below market price. The Yankees entered the playoffs with the best odds to make it to the World Series, but Judge instantly went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts in Game 1, went 2 for 13 in the first round, and in his 7 postseason appearances so far, Judge literally has the highest strikeout rate in baseball history. And while all the conversations around the Yankees were about whether or not Judge was a choker, his teammate took over. At one point, Giancarlo Stanton was as dangerous as a hitter as Judge is, but that was 7 years ago. Like Judge, he was a larger-than-life, insanely jacked monster who was unstoppable. Now, he can't even run. Literally, this guy can't run. This is him trying to score on a hit to center field.
What the fuck?
He hit this ball 385 feet. He hit it to the deepest left field in MLB and only got a single. After winning the MVP, he signed a mega deal to play for the Yankees, but then he injured his knee. Later that year, he hurt his quad. Then he strained his hamstring, came back, hurt his quad again, then strained his calf while warming up, injured his Achilles, hurt his foot, and strained his hamstring twice. Stanton is 34 years old and probably shouldn't even be walking. He's missed 365 games since 2018, but in the postseason, he is unstoppable. He's been in it 6 times and has a career OPS over 1,000. This postseason, he already has 5 home runs. 3 of them have been tying or go-ahead homers. He leads the league in OPS this postseason and has carried the Yankees. Finally, in Cleveland, Judge joined him, coming alive in the series. He hit a game-tying home run in the 8th inning against the best closer in the league. The next batter was Giancarlo Stanton. He hit another home run to take the lead. The Yankees shocked the Guardians and only needed 1 more out to go up 3-0 when Joneski Noel came to the plate. His nickname is Big Christmas.
Lucky hit, bro.
This game electrified the city of Cleveland, but the
like I said, bro, I am a Guardians hater forever. All right, y'all took us out the playoffs. Tigers, we had a great season this year, and y'all gonna take us out the playoffs for this bullshit.
Bounce back, and in Game 5, in the 10th inning of a tie game, Juan Soto came to the plate, and on a 1-2 count,
damn. High fly ball to center. Thomas backing up. Thomas at the track, and Juan Soto,
sending the Yankees to the World Series for the first time in 15 years, ending the longest World Series drought for the Yankees in history, and New York went crazy.
Fired up. Had a couple IPAs, like with the boys.
During the championship series, many people noticed that when the Yankees hit a homer, MLB tweeted things like, Giancarlo Stanton goes boom, When the Guardians did the same thing, their tweets sounded
Brian
a lot
Russell
less
goes
excited.
yard.
Brian Rocchio goes yard and puts the Cleveland Guardians on the board.
Hating
With
ass
4
niggas.
teams left, MLB released a promo video that literally just featured Ohtani and Judge, completely ignoring any player on the Mets and Guardians who were still in the playoffs at the time. This matchup obviously was what MLB was rooting for. When these two faced off against each other in 1978, in terms of average viewership, it was the most watched World Series ever. Competing with TV ratings from that era is pretty much impossible. Even if a World Series got as much attention, millions have switched to streaming. However, this is a perfect storm. Not only are the Yankees and Dodgers the two most popular teams, they have the two most popular players, and for the first time ever, a World Series is truly international. So far this postseason, games that Ohtani has played in have nearly doubled the viewership as games he hasn't played in. 20% of households in Japan watch the divisional series. Assuming the World Series will get more attention, it's possible that over 20 million will tune in Japan.
Ohtani. Now, you know you my favorite player. But why are you whispering and moaning in that man's ear? Ohtani. Ohtani. You can get a pass. Okay? You can get a pass. He's my favorite player. I'm watching you.
Attention. It's possible that over 20 million will tune in Japan alone. With two extremely even teams, this series could go long, and if it does, Japanese and American viewership combined could break 44 million viewers, which was the average in 19.
Oh, it definitely did, especially since the game was good. It was a good game, too. It was actually a good game. That's crazy.
Least viewed World Series of all time. This is MLB's